Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be learning how to make this beautiful asymmetric neckline bubu dress with a snatched waistline and side runch. If this sounds like something you're interested in, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. With that being said, let's get on with this tutorial. But before getting on with the tutorial, I'd like to thank you guys for 300 family. For this tutorial guys, I made use of 2 yards of Jokoso fabric. If you want yours to be longer in length, you can go ahead to make sure that you have 3 yards of fabric. The next thing I'll go ahead to do is to fold my fabric in 4. So you can go ahead to fold it directly in 4 if you have 3 yards. But like me, I'm working with 2 yards and mine is going to be short. I'll just be folding it as if I'm folding a flare. Also, in order to know how wide we're going to cut this, you just go ahead to divide your actual shoulder measurement by 2 and then add the length of the sleeve that you want it to be. After doing this, you can also go ahead to add 1 inch for folding allowance of the sleeve. That is how wide you're going to cut this bubu. I'll just proceed to pin the top part of my fabric due to its silky nature because it's kind of dry. I'll then go ahead to mark out half an inch from this region. This is going to serve as my starting line on my shoulder line. Taking my measurement from the middle of this folded fabric right here, I'll divide my shoulder measurement by 2, mark it, and then insert how long I want my sleeve to be and also add 1 inch to that. This is going to serve as my shoulder line and sleeve length. I'll come down by 1.5 inches from the point I marked right here, and I'm going to be connecting a straight line all the way to the neck width. For the neck width, I took 3.5 inches. This is to serve as my shoulder slant. Taking my breast length from the tip of the shoulder line, for me mine is 10. This is going to serve as my chest line also because this is going to be a free bubu. So I'm going to take what I have at the shoulder line. I'm going to retake that again at the chest line and connect them together in a straight line. Now guys, from the chest line, I'll be coming down in by 1.5 inches and I'm going to reconnect this to the upper part of the round sleeve measurement. This is to allow the bubu to sit perfectly on our body. At the chest line, I just went ahead to come in by either 2 or 3 inches. This depends on what yours is looking like, and I'll just go ahead to retake what I have by after subtracting that 2 to 3 inches. I'm going to retake it at the hemline and I'm going to connect them together in a straight line. At the sharp edge of our armhole, I'll just go ahead to connect them together in a kind of smooth curve. As for the neck depth, I came down by 1.5 initially for the back neckline, but no, don't do this. The back and the front is going to have the same amount and 1.5 is too small. I later came down by 3.5 inches. I'll connect both the tip of the shoulder to the neck depth to give me my neckline. As for the hemline, since I did not measure any full hair measurement, I'll just go ahead to mark a straight line here so that everything will just be equal together. So guys, whilst cutting the pieces out, I'll go ahead to leave half an inch for both the neck depth and also the shoulder slant, but every other thing is going to be the same thing. Now guys, due to the fact that I want this to have an asymmetrical neckline, I'm just going to open it up and alter the neckline a bit. So guys, once I open it up, I went in by 2.5 initially, but later went in with 3.5 inches for the second part of the neck. Note that I'm taking this measurement only for one side, so you just determine where you want the runch to be and then you just make an off shoulder kind of neckline. So if you want yours to really come down very well, you can come down by 5 inches, but for me I took 3.5. I remember that I told you that I'm going to alter the neck depth into 3.5 and not 1.5 that I initially cut out. And that will be all for the asymmetrical neckline. That is, the difference between the normal one and the one with the off shoulder is 3.5 inches for me, and then the neck depth basically is 3.5 inches. So guys, I proceeded to cut out facings for both the front and back neckline. This is to turn it out and to make it neat. So for the neck depth, I have it to be 3 inches and this is exactly as of the neckline of the main piece. What I'll now do is to weave the circumference and iron very well. This is what my facings are currently looking like. Can you see? Very neat and smooth. I'm going to place them the right sides facing each other with the main fabric, and I'm going to pin it first of all and then make a stitch around the neckline for both the front and the back. After sewing, I made notches around the neckline and I ironed it towards the wrong side. So you can go ahead to use hemming gum to help secure the turn up in place. Now the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to align both the front and the back together, and I'm going to join the shoulders together. I proceeded to join my shoulders this way, although it is better to do the normal one that we do. That one is the back is going to overlap with the front than to do this method, because in this one, notice that the turn up continuously came out. So now guys, we are going to work on the sleeves. For that, we just simply fold it into two like this, and you can go ahead to pin it all through and then stitch it down. So guys, after hemming the round sleeve, this is what I have it to be looking like. I also went ahead to iron it down for smoothness. I'll proceed to fold my bodice into two at both the top and at the bottom in order to get the midpoint. This is to enable us to cut out and know how to go about fixing the ruch effect. Now guys, the part of the fabric that is facing towards the camera stand, this is the hem, and then the one that is the opposite side is the shoulder line. Now from the shoulder line, I'll just go down by my half length measurement, which is actually 16, but I'm going to be marking it out with 15.5. Do note that this half length should be taken towards the middle of the fabric. So guys, this 15.5 inches where I marked right here is where the runch is going to start from all the way towards the hem. Now dividing my nipple to nipple measurement by 2, I have it to be 3.5. I'm just going to go ahead to mark 3.5 from this point all the way to the hem. I'll proceed to connect with a straight rule. Now note guys that wherever your ruch is going to be depends on you, and if you want it to be at the asymmetrical effect, I actually made a mistake and I marked it at the other side, so I'll be repeating all the steps that I mentioned at the correct side. I'll take the measurement from the half length all the way to the hemline, and I will note that measurement. Now due to the fact that we're going to be folding it up with 1 inch, I'm going to subtract 1 inch from the measurement, and that is going to be for the length of the pieces we are going to work with. Now you can decide to know what you want to do with the edges of the fabric and go ahead to fold it inside before working on it, but for me, I'm going to just weave it to make it easier for me, and I'm going to then go ahead to fold it into two and iron it, making a crease line. Having weaved the edges, I weaved both the top, bottom and sides, and can you see the crease line right here? So this is 1.5 inches, so basically we have about 0.75 inches at the other sides. So I'll just go ahead to align it like this onto the white chalk line that we made earlier, and I'm going to pin it all the way to the bottom at the middle, aligning both middles together. Now guys, do make sure to have a straight line right here, and I'll just go ahead to stitch it all the way down. Also make sure to leave 1 inch at the bottom of the hem, so we're not going to stitch this all the way to the down. So guys, this is me at the sewing machine, and I've just gone ahead to align it together as seen. And I'll just go ahead to stitch. As I'm stitching, I'll be removing the pins. So guys, this is what I have our channels to be looking like. Can you see how neat this is? So I stitch at the middle first of all, and then I stitch very close to the area that we marked, so that at the end of the when I measure what I have it to be 0.5 inches difference at the both sides, because the rope I'll be passing through is going to be half an inch wide. I cut out a straight long piece of fabric. I'll just go ahead to fold this into two, and I'm going to stitch it all the way down. I'll also use the help of my safety pin to turn this all the way to the right side. Now guys, this is what I have it looking like, and with the help of my safety pin, I'm going to pass this through the channels that we have created. Now guys, I have these two pieces of fabric here. This is going to serve as the belt. So I have them to be of variable lengths, wide enough, long enough to go around my waist, and then for the width I have it to be 3 inches. that is on fold is going to give me 1.5. I'll simply fold them in two, and I'm going to stitch it along, and then I'm going to stitch again across it at the bottom. So we'll be closing one end, only one end is going to be left open. This is where we're going to turn it towards the right side. Having sewed my ropes, this is what I have it looking like. Now the next we'll go ahead to do is to bring our front piece and determine where we're going to place the rope. So what I'll just do is that the first thing is to turn this to the wrong side, and then I'm going to fold it into two. You all know that our runch start from the half length, so there's no need for me to take my half length. From the tip of the ruch, I'll just go ahead to mark out my actual waist measurement divided by 2 at this point. So my actual waist measurement is 27 divided by 2, 13.5. Sorry, divided by 4 is 6.75. Now from that 6.75, I'll come in by 1 inch. I'll proceed to place my measuring tape as seen at this point, and I'm just going to go ahead to sew it like this. You can see I'm placing it, I'll just sew it like this, and I'm going to do this for the both sides. I'll advise to weave both ends of the belt before attaching it to the waistline. So guys, I've gone ahead to attach it, and this is what it's looking like. Now the next I'm going to do is to align the both front and back pieces, and then sew it with 1 inch or half an inch. It depends on what you want. I have gone ahead to join and weave both sides, so this is what it's looking like. Now the next thing is to work on the hem. At the bottom of my channels created, I will proceed to fold it upwards with 2 times, just like you can see, and I'm going to just go ahead and stitch it around. Having done that, this is what I have it to be looking like. Now what I'm simply going to do is to fold in this little bit of excess that I have right here. I'll just fold it inwards, and I'm just going to continue from where we it stopped. I'm just going to sew this in a straight line for the both sides. Having done that, guys, this is how neat and beautiful this is looking like. Now the next thing we're going to do is to insert our rope with the help of the safety pin. So I'll just go ahead to pass this inwards and then bring it out through the other way. I'm done passing the rope through, and this is what I have it to be looking like. Now you can go ahead to fold this and then stitch it across, but for me, I'm just leave it like this. It's okay for me like this, or you can just go ahead to use your hand needle to just hold it at that point. Now the next thing go ahead to do is to just go ahead to gather your root to your desired length. But before doing that, I'm just going to cut out the rope because I have it to be very long, and I'm just going to go ahead to make a notch, like to knot it at the both ends. After knotting, if you want like to pass it through a flame for the rough edges, you can go ahead to do that. So guys, I'll just go ahead to draw the root so that we can see the root effect. And with that, guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and also subscribe. Thank you all for watching this far, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.